Welcome back to the Expat's Guide to China. For this episode, I will be discussing elements of daily life and some hacks that will help you navigate society a little bit easier. Let's go. Grocery shopping, which is essential for anywhere someone lives. These are the top 10 grocers in China. Bubugao is the 10th largest, and I'm not really familiar with it because it doesn't exist in the city where I live. Zhejiang Hypermart is also one that I've never encountered, but is known for introducing farm to table to China. You got Carrefour, that's a French-based company. It has a lot of foreign products and domestic products as well. Walmart. Walmart is a clear ripoff of Walmart. The product selection is not as wide as Walmart, but in China, Walmart is more limited than in the United States. Freshima. Freshima is owned by Alibaba, and they specialize particularly in fresh foods. Century Mart is a market I visited frequently, and they have a pretty good selection of frozen foods, fresh foods, and some foreign products. I would definitely recommend it. Walmart, known as Walmart, it's not as prevalent in China as it is in the US. Selection's a little bit limited. Yonghui. Yonghui was founded in the mid-90s, has over 1,000 stores, and it's headquartered in the central east coast of China. RT Mart, that comes from Taiwan. Founded in the mid-90s, over 400 locations, not too bad. Vanguard. I never visited any of their stores, even though they have a ton of them, but I did visit some of the quick shops, and they were pretty decent. Olay. Olay is great. They have a lot of foreign products. It's quite expensive though, but you get what you want. Methods for sending money abroad. There are essentially two main methods to sending money. First one is going to be Western Union. Now, there's a trick to this because some places will actually have Western Union signs, but they don't actually send money abroad. They can only receive money via Western Union. So these are the 11 banks that actually can send and receive money in China. The next method for sending money abroad is Alipay. Foreigners can send to different Alipay accounts, but only Chinese nationals can send money to foreign banks. You can send up to 60,000 RMB per day. It's a 50 RMB transfer fee and up to $50,000 a year. Useful apps. These apps are essential in China. You'll want to have pretty much all of them. You need a VPN, Maps are good, Alipay, Google Translate, Taobao for shopping, WeChat for chatting, some other shopping apps, and make sure you get them before you leave to go live in China. The weather can be unpredictable in China, and in Guangzhou from May to September, it rained a lot. I frequently had shoes that didn't smell great because they would either get utterly soaked and then I wouldn't have time to fully air dry them before needing to wear them again. So it's good to have multiple pairs of shoes, watch out for the road cobblestones, and carry an umbrella. Shipping and receiving packages. I rarely shipped packages outside of China, and when I did, it was a pain. The Post Office of China wasn't a terrible experience, but just make sure you write the address in Chinese and the destination language. Inside China, domestic shipping, use Hivebox. It's super easy. You just input the info, box pops open, and you put your package in there. When you're receiving a package, you get a text message. Just put in the blue number from the text message, and your box will pop open, and there you go. Bills and utilities. If you're living alone or in a place under your name, getting your utilities set up to pay on Alipay can be somewhat tricky. But once they're set up, you'll normally receive a slip at your door with the bill, and you simply go on Alipay and transfer the money. Other times you have to check periodically on Alipay to see when your bill is ready and for how much. I included phones on this list because it is a bill. These are the top manufacturers of phones in China: Huawei, Vivo, Xiaomi, Oppo, and OnePlus. Mobile service providers. You have China Mobile, China Unicom, and China Telecom. They each have their own caveats, but they're relatively similar in most fashions. Accommodations and the amenities that come with them. In apartments, your kitchen is going to be pretty bare. You're looking at 2 hot plates built in. You likely won't have an oven. You also have just cabinets, and a lot of the times the space is going to be pretty slim. Next is bathrooms. Bathrooms are quite basic. Maybe half the time you will just have an open bathroom where the shower is the entire bathroom. Toilets are almost always there, but some of the really cheap and old apartments may lack one. Next is laundry. Air drying clothes can be tricky, and if the weather is inclement, then don't expect your clothes to dry very quickly. Every apartment I ever lived in had a washer, but it can be tricky to figure out the settings, and they're not that great of quality. Living space can actually be a good thing or a bad thing. If you share an apartment with multiple people, multiple bedrooms, living space is probably going to be pretty good. But if you get a studio, it's going to be pretty small, and a loft is actually right there in the middle. Entertainment. Whenever you buy like a cable package or internet package, it comes with some streaming movies and whatnot. The selection for English is going to be really limited, mostly Chinese stuff. Best idea is to get a VPN and connect your laptop via HDMI and just watch downloaded movies or streaming services from your laptop to your TV. Rent. Rent can be tricky to understand sometimes, but basically you either rent from an agency or an individual, and you're going to have to pay probably 3 months up front, a deposit, and an agency fee, and every time you pay rent, you're going to have to pay 3 to 6 months, sometimes a year. Making new friends. In China, making new friends is quite easy. Chinese people will often come up and spark up a conversation with you just because they want to practice their English or they're interested. Otherwise, foreign colleagues, other things like that, it's really easy. Cost of Western products. Western products are often more expensive in China than they are elsewhere. China's not the highest one, but it's more expensive than most countries in the West. The low-end items like McDonald's, KFC, stuff like that, they're going to be much cheaper. The next episode deals with working in China and everything you need to know about that. I really appreciate you watching the series. Please keep up to date, like and subscribe if you like the videos. Thanks, take care.